Are you one of these guys struggling on your journey from boyhood to manhood? Do you feel like when you look out in the world, there are these other guys that are so much more masculine than you are and you're struggling to figure out how to get there? I know this pain. I struggled and I was frustrated with this pain for so long. I was single for over 10 years, and if someone had told me what I'm telling you in this video, it would have changed my entire life and brought me so much more joy and so much less suffering so much earlier in my life. But these 4 things that I'm going to cover in this video are not usually talked about, because whether you're having issues in your relationship with your mom or dad or your wife or with your girlfriend or in your dating life, or maybe you don't have a dating life, regardless of it, these are the same challenges that every man faces on becoming a mature, masculine man. And no one talks about it, right? Instead, the dating coaches are out there and they're telling you, oh, this is the one-liner that you need to say, and this is what you need to do, and this is the emoji to send, and wait 3 days. None of this resonates with you, right? None of this resonates because it's not authentically you. And what we need is we need the more masculine version of your authentic self, not some fake version that someone else is saying, oh, do this, and this is the way that you get her in bed. No. What you need to do is you need to become a more authentic version according to your own view and vision of what it means to be a more masculine you. And it starts with these 4 items. Number 1 is presence, okay? Now, why is presence important? Because most of the planet is walking around living in their minds. They're not here and now in this now moment, right? So what that means is if they're not present, they can't make decisions from the present moment. And you have the choice at every moment if you're to overcome fear. And this is a huge masculine quality, right? Masculine men are fearless. They make decisions in the present moment that are not controlled by fear. So they will go approach that woman, right? They will say to their wife about what they want to do in bed and what they want to do with their life, right? They will do these things to stand on their own because they're present. They have the discipline in the present to make the decision to go to the gym, to eat right, to hold themselves accountable, to do the work that they're responsible for doing, for showing up in the world. This is masculine men are present, right? So number 2 is self-awareness. When you are present, you can become self-aware. Like, oh, there's a part of me that doesn't want to go to the gym. There's a part of me that, would rather go eat a cookie right now than do the work that I'm supposed to do, or go waste my time watching porn, right? Or playing video games, right? So that self-awareness becomes aware of like, oh, there's a part of myself that's in fear right now. And this is usually from the past. It's not from the present moment. You're fine right now. It's from the past, right? So there's a part of you that didn't feel safe, worthy, or loved. And so you're comforting yourself with certain things just by staying in your cocoon, staying in your comfort zone. So becoming self-aware is that most important element of this awareness of, hey, I'm present and I hear this part of me that does not feel safe, it does not feel worthy, it does not feel loved, and I'm gonna make the courageous decision that overcomes that fear in this now moment. And that's number 3, which is self-compassion. So when you're in this moment of being aware of this part of you that's in fear, you are directing compassion and self-love to that part of you. And the magic of this is when you do that, that part no longer controls you, right? And so that allows you to then meet your partner or a date or your parents or your children or whoever it is with more compassion, because you're not letting this part of you that's from the past control the ship and steer the ship of your life, right? So self-compassion elevates your ability to be a more masculine man. And it's counterintuitive. You're like, well, what do I need more love? That's not what I need. I need more masculinity. You become more masculine by loving yourself, okay? And this is something that, again, they're not talking about in the dating coaching circles, but it makes sense because that part of you that was rejected on your first kiss at 6 years old, or left in the car, or had a health issue or whatever it is, that part's living in fear, and you can't let that part subconsciously control you, which can only be overcome when you're highly present. And that's related to number 4, which is self-protection. And I'm not talking about the ability to physically self-protect, which is important, but the emotionally self-protect, right? So that you know that anything that the outside world says is not fundamentally about you, right? This requires boundaries which are deployed and defended in the present moment. So when you're protecting yourself, it doesn't matter what mom or dad or the boss or the wife or that date says. It doesn't matter because you know your truth. It doesn't mean you're going out there hurting anyone. It means that you're standing in your truth in your authentic self. You're not looking for anyone to control you from the outside in. And this is what happens, right? So guys, married men who have been in relationships for 20 years come across this because they have kids and all of a sudden the woman can see that he has been clinging onto her, looking for her protection, looking for her love. But the truth is that he hasn't been able to protect himself. So these are the 4 things that will fundamentally change you on your journey to becoming a more masculine man. Again, don't get distracted by all the games out there, right? Don't get distracted by these things that are look like a quick fix. It's not. It is a long journey. I've outlined it in my free training, The Journey of the Sacred Masculine. The link is in the description. But these 4 things will completely change your life because, again, I wish someone had told me this, but if you deploy these things, presence, self-awareness, self-compassion, self-protection, you will rise to become that masculine, fearless man. He walks in a fearless way through the world because he knows who he is. He doesn't need other person's approval. He doesn't need anyone else's love. He has the ability to approve of himself, to direct himself. It doesn't matter. That elevates his masculine energy and that makes him extremely attractive, whether it be to his wife or to the dating market, because he doesn't need her. And that's attractive for them. So if you're struggling on this journey from boyhood to manhood and you want to become a more powerful, fearless, masculine man, these 4 things will completely change your life. And again, I wish someone had told me 20 years ago. It would certainly have accelerated my journey. It would have led to so much less pain in my life. But if you're struggling to maintain presence, if you're struggling to let go of the past, if you're struggling to understand why are these things keep on coming up in my life? Why do I keep on being afraid? Why do I keep on being scared? What can I do about this? Then it's okay to ask for help from someone who's been there before. So book a call with me, link in the description. It's a free call. We'll see if we're the right match, right? And if we're not, I'll help you find the right person who is. I'll see you on the inside.